Afternoon, fight fans. Joe Martini back again to give you a preview opinion OPP for the November 4 championship fight in Monte Carlo. It'll be airing on HBO. Don't miss it. You've got Jaime Mcdonnell versus Liborio Solis. It's a rematch from the first fight that happened. It ended in controversy. I don't know why. It was clear to me who won that fight. Jaime Mcdonnell is 29 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. He's got 13 knockouts. He's the number 3 bantamweight in the world. He's got 242 professional rounds, and he's had 13 active boxing years. Okay, he's 31 years old. He's 5'10" with a 72-inch reach. He's a right-handed fighter from the United Kingdom. He's fought in 4 different countries, one being Monte Carlo in this last fight that he just edged out Solis. So, you know, it'll be interesting. I think that the thing interesting about McDonald is his only 2 losses came very early in his career. He's won 21 fights in a row. And the losses came back to back, way back when. But they came to a very good fighter in Lee Haskins. That was a close decision loss. You know, Lee Haskins became the IBF World Champion in 2015. And the other loss was to Chris Edwards, a 500 fighter. He's currently 17-15, but at the time he was under 500 with a 10-12 record, and that was really close. That could have gone either way, but they gave it to. But that was very early in his career. I like what McDonald has done since. He didn't give up. Okay, he actually made the proper adjustments to become a winner. Again, the winner of 21 fights in a row. One of UK's best fighters. Some of the best fighters come in this weight class for the United Kingdom, the bantamweight division. They've got undefeated champion Ryan Burnett in this weight class. They've got a top 10 fighter Paul Molitor in this weight class. Very strong weight class for the country of UK. McDonald is a great fighter. I like to see him fight because he starts very slow, but he makes adjustments throughout the fight, and he ends up winning. I like the way he keeps his hands up. He keeps moving. He makes adjustments. The only flaw is when he steps back. If he steps back, a lot of fighters are catching him with a cheap body shot or a head blow. So, you know, easy points to make the rounds closer than what they should be. McDonald's a better fighter the second time around. As you know, we saw when he fought Tomiko Kamedai. Okay, he fought the first time. All 3 judges had it 114-113 for McDonald. That was a very controversial close fight. Kameda was undefeated, and they gave the decision to McDonald. But McDonald, being the champion he is, he rematched, and he left no doubt in nobody's mind on the scorecards the second time around, winning 117-110, 116-111, and 115-112 on the judges' scorecards. So he makes the proper adjustments as he's done in his career, and he does fight to fight. So that's interesting. You know, the first fight, this is a rematch for the WBA title, and the first fight I had to fight 115-113 for McDonald, but I had to cut off the announcers. Just muted the fight, watched it round by round, and you know, gave who I thought won round by round. I think the announcers make it more controversial than what it should be, because they were saying that Solis had won by 3 to 5 or 6 rounds. I didn't see that. There's no way that happened. But you know, the announcers definitely made it a lot closer than what it really was. You know, basically what happened was in the first fight, Solis, he would tee off on McDonald. You know, he would keep McDonald on the ropes and just tee off, but a lot of those punches missed. If you look at the fight, you'll see that they were strong punches in the air. They hit air. McDonald's defense was, you know, he was moving, bobbing, and weaving, and a lot of those punches hit air. It didn't even hit McDonald. So I think that what the announcers were looking at was Solis' aggressiveness, but not realizing that most of those punches were missing. He was the aggressor, but I felt like McDonnell had control of this fight because he was making him miss tremendously over and over and over. And then he would catch him off balance and hit him with good shots, clean shots. I think that in the second fight, McDonnell will use his height advantage, his reach advantage, to make it a more clear decision win for himself. Because Solis is not gonna get knocked out. Solis has a chin like a rock. He's a very proud Venezuelan. He's very proud. He comes in with the flag. He's very proud of his country, and he wants to represent his country well. So I feel this is going to the scorecards. He's never been knocked out before. I don't think it's gonna happen. In this fight either. But I do know that McDonnell will make adjustments to win the fight. So anyway, the judges still had McDonnell winning the fight 116, 112, 115, 113, 117, 111. And I don't have any disagreements with any of those scores because it was a tough fight to score. You had to watch it again. The judges only get one time to watch it. I think they got it right as far as who won the fight. I watched it a second time, and that's when I came up with a 115, 113 victory for McDonnell. The first time I was like, I don't know who won because I was listening to the announcers and I thought he was down, not really paying attention. So, again, watch the fight, mute the fight, and you'll see who your winner is. And I think they got it right. But of course, there's got to be a rematch. You got to got to paint the picture for the fans. Leave no doubt that you won that fight, especially a good fighter. Basically, I saw a lot of Solis punches being thrown wildly and missing. I saw that basically the way I saw it was that Jaime was up one round when it got to the 12th round. In the 12th round, they both let loose. They went crazy. But I thought Jaime landed the harder punches and way more often in the 12th round, and that's what won him the fight. So I had, so basically, Liborio Solis is a good fighter. He's got 25 wins and 5 losses. He's got 1 draw. He's knocked out 11 fighters. He's the number 8 bantamweight in the world right now. He's got 207 rounds and 14 active boxing years. He's 35 years old. He's 5'4". He's got a 69.5-inch reach. He's a righty from Venezuela, but Solis spent a lot of years inactive from 2001, I believe, to 2000 and like 4 or 5 years inactive. So that's why I say 14 active boxing years. Those were years where he actually did box. Those 5 years where he didn't box don't count. He's fought in 7 countries, and the interesting thing is that all his losses have come outside of Venezuela. He's undefeated in Venezuela. He's 11 wins, 0 losses, and a draw. But all his 5 losses have come away from Venezuela. So this is away from Venezuela. It's not looking too good, brother. He has fought 5 past, present, or future world champions himself, going 3-2 against them, and he's never been knocked out. I think he's a one-dimensional fighter. He just comes forward and swings wildly. He's been inactive for a year, so has McDonnell. But I think McDonnell was healing a hurt hand, where I think he broke in this fight, in the first fight. So I think the inactivity for Solis is gonna be huge. I think he's not gonna be the same aggressive guy. He may be, but he's gonna be a lot slower. And McDonnell's got a little bit of speed and a great jab, so I think it's gonna catch him with more jabs, which is gonna set up his other punches. And so I've got this fight for McDonnell by decision, unanimous decision, over Solis rematch. Your boy Martini won.